Since its initial creation in 1984, Tetris evolved rapidly in the following years. Alexey Pajitnov, using the Electronika 60 system, which lacked a graphical interface, modeled the field in pieces using spaces and brackets. Upon realizing that completed lines filled the screen quickly, he decided to delete them, thus creating a fundamental part of Tetris gameplay. This early version of Tetris had no scoring system or levels, but its addictive quality distinguished it from other puzzle games Pajitnov had created. By around 1985, Pajitnov had completed the first playable version of Tetris. Upon presenting Tetris to his colleagues, they quickly became addicted to it. Soon, Tetris had spread throughout all offices within the Academy of Sciences, even reaching every Moscow institute with a computer. A friend of Pajitnov, Vladimir Pokhilko, who requested the game for the Moscow Medical Institute, observed people stop working to play Tetris. Pokhilko eventually banned the game in the medical institute to restore productivity. Vladimir Pokhilko, also considered one of the fathers of Tetris, would later found a company with Alexey Pajitnov, although their partnership wouldn't end very well. Pajitnov sought to adapt Tetris to the IBM personal computer, which had a higher quality display than the Electronika 60. For this, he recruited Vadim Gerasimov, a 16-year-old high school student known for his computer skills. Gerasimov adapted Tetris to the IBM PC in a matter of weeks, incorporating color and a scoreboard. The PC version was written with Turbo Pascal. Vadim Gerasimov, who also contributed significantly to the Tetris we know today, currently works for Google and is considered one of the authors of Tetris. Meanwhile, Pajitnov wanted to export Tetris, but had no knowledge of the business world. His superiors in the academy weren't necessarily happy with the game's success, as they hadn't anticipated such a creation from the research team. Additionally, Soviet copyright law created a state monopoly on the import and export of copyrighted works, and Soviet researchers weren't allowed to sell their creations. Pajitnov asked his supervisor, Viktor Brjabrin, who had knowledge of the world outside the Soviet Union, to help him publish Tetris. Pajitnov offered to transfer the rights of the game to the Academy and received a non-obligatory remuneration from Brjabrin through this deal. In 1986, Brjabrin sent a copy of Tetris to the Hungarian game publisher Novotrade. From there, copies of the game began circulating via floppy disks throughout Hungary and even Poland. From there, the situation began to spiral out of control and initiated an intense battle for the rights to Tetris. The game's popularity grew exponentially as it was informally distributed in various countries worldwide, surpassing borders and reaching increasingly larger audiences. This led to a series of legal disputes and complicated negotiations about who had the right to market the game outside the Soviet Union. Diverse companies worldwide began to realize the commercial potential of Tetris and sought to obtain the rights to distribute it in their respective markets. Disputes arose among various companies over who had the exclusive rights to Tetris, leading to legal confusion that lasted for years. This period marked the beginning of an intense struggle for control of Tetris, with multiple actors competing for a slice of this video game phenomenon. The story of this battle for the rights to Tetris is as fascinating as the game itself, filled with unexpected twists, strategic decisions, and commercial rivalries that would define the game's future and its legacy in the video game industry.